Hello everyone! Today our story is called Big Blue Whale by Nicola Davies and illustrated by Nick Malin. So for today, for day 12, you're going to write a question, something you want to learn about whales. So please make sure you do your writing page first. You can write any question you have about whales. And make sure you draw your picture. Alrighty, now that we have that done, let's get to reading. Let's start our story here. Big Blue Whale. The big blue whale is big. Bigger than a giraffe, bigger than an elephant, bigger than a dinosaur. The blue whale is the biggest creature that has ever lived on Earth. The female blue whales are a little bigger than the males, and blue whales can grow to 100 feet long and weigh 150 tons. That's heavier than 25 elephants or 115 giraffes. Reach out and touch the blue whale's skin. It's springy and smooth like a hard-boiled egg, and it's slippery as soap. Look into its eye. It's as big as a teacup and as dark as the deep sea. Just behind the eye is a hole as small as the end of a pencil. The hole is one of the whale's ears. Sticking out ears would get in the way of the whale swimming. In deep water, there isn't much light and it's hard to see. So blue whales use their sense of hearing and their sense of touch to find their way around. The blue whale lives all of its long life in the sea. But it is a mammal like us. It breathes air, not water. From time to time, it has to come to the surface to breathe through the blowholes on top of its head. Blue whales can live for about 70 to 80 years. When it breathes out, it makes a great misty puff as high as a house. This is the whale's blow. You can see it from far away. You can hear it too. A great If you are close enough, you can smell it, as the whale's breath is stale and fishy. A blue whale can stay underwater for 30 minutes or more. But on long journeys, it usually surfaces for air every 2 to 5 minutes. So here's the blowholes on the top of his head. Take a look inside its mouth. Don't worry, the blue whale doesn't eat people. It doesn't even have any teeth. It has hundreds of baleen plates instead. They are the long bristly things hanging down from its top jaw. The whale doesn't need teeth for biting or chewing because its food is tiny. A blue whale can have as many as 790 baleen plates in its mouth. Baleen is tough, bendy stuff, like extra hard fingernails. The blue whale eats krill, a pale pinkish shrimp-like creatures the size of your little finger. Billions of them live in the cold seas around the North and South Poles. In the summer, there can be so many that the water looks pink So that's when blue whales come to the polar seas to eat. It takes an awful lot of tiny krill to feed a great big blue whale. But the whale doesn't catch them one at a time. It has a special way of swallowing whole swarms of them at once. First, it takes a huge gulp of krill and salty seawater. There's room for all of this because the whale's throat unfolds and opens out like a balloon. Then it uses its big tongue to push the water out between its bristly baleen plates. The water streams away, leaving the krill caught on the bristles like peas in a sieve. Now, all the whale has to do is lick them off and swallow them. A blue whale can eat about 30 million krill just in one day. That's 3 big truckloads. And this is how the blue whale spends the summer, eating krill and getting fat. But in the fall, the polar seas freeze over. The krill hide under the ice where the whale cannot catch them. So the whale swims away from the icy cold in the winter storms. In summer, the blue whale grows a thick layer of fat all over its body. This fat is called blubber. And it's a food store for the winter, when the whale eats very little. Day after day, the blue whale swims slowly and steadily toward its winter home. Its huge tail beats up and down to push it along. Its flippers steer it left and right. For 2 months and more, the whale swims, until at last it reaches the calm, warm seas near the equator. There it stays all winter. Some blue whales spend their summers around the South Pole and swim north to the equator for the winter. Others live around the North Pole and swim south for the equator. But when it's winter at the South Pole, it's summer at the North Pole. So the 2 groups of whales never meet. And there, the blue whale mother gives birth to a baby, where storms and cold weather can't hurt it. The blue whale male and females mate in the winter, and babies are born about a year later. The blue whale baby is 23 feet long at birth. It drinks more than 150 gallons of milk a day. All through the winter, the blue whale keeps her baby close. It feeds on her creamy milk and it grows and grows. In spring, the 2 whales return to the polar seas to feast on krill together. But by the fall, the young whale is big enough to live on its own. So mother and young whale part and begin the long journey back to the equator. A blue whale may travel from the polar seas to the equator and back every year of its life. Sometimes it will swim with other blue whales, but mostly it will swim alone. Yet the blue whale may not seem as lonely as it is, because sometimes it makes a hum so loud and so low that it can travel for thousands of miles through the seas to reach other blue whales. A very low hum could travel so far, and Only a very big animal could make a hum so low. Perhaps that's why blue whales are the biggest creatures on Earth, so that they can talk to one another even when they're far apart. Who knows what they say? "Here I am" would be enough. Adult blue whales make their hums in deep water. It's much colder than near the surface, which helps the hum travel a long way. Who knows what they say? "Here I am" would be enough, because in the vastness of the green seas, even a blue whale is small and hard to find. The end. So now, if you haven't done it already, please make sure you go and do your writing. Your writing for day 12 should be a question about whales. Have a great day, guys.